Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I review the latest movies and documentaries. Today, I'm going to talk about the Faculty movie explained movie. If you're interested in this topic, make sure to watch this video until the end and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. At the start of the movie, we are shown a school where the coach is training the students for the annual football match. But seeing the bad performance of the students, he gets angry and his condition gets worse. At that time, he flips the water bench. Then he sees a strange insect coming out of the ground, which he touched and started checking. The scene cuts from here and at night we see the principal. She was going back home after getting free from the meeting, then the coach comes to her room. The principal looks at her. She was behaving strangely. She asks the principal for a pencil. The principal also gives the pencil and she had stabbed this pencil in the hand of the principal. To save herself, she throws the keys in her hand on the coach's face and leaves from there. But her misfortune was that all the doors were closed and she had dropped the keys in her office where the coach was. That's why she thinks of running away from the window of the science lab. But even in this she could not succeed because the coach had come there before the window opened. To save her life, she injures him with a bottle kept there. And for her defense, she picks up some scissors from there and comes to the main entrance outside. Outside she met another teacher with whom she asks for help, but this teacher also did not have the keys to go out of the school. That's why the principal had to go to his office to get the keys himself. When she was about to go out after opening the lock, the coach comes behind her again. The principal quickly closes the door on her face. In all this chaos, she also dropped the scissors in her hand. While picking up the scissors, the other teacher who was present here had badly injured the principal. Anyway, the next morning we see this school again where all the children are almost spoiled. If Casey is good, then everyone keeps bullying him. On the other hand, he is famous for all kinds of reverse work, making fake IDs, supplying chemical things. But despite all this, he is very smart in his studies. And because of this, his teacher Bruce, who is very shy, is very impressed with Zeke. Here in the staff room of the school, everyone notices that the coach was drinking more water than necessary. Along with that, his behavior was also strange. Then the teacher who attacked the principal at night also comes to the staff room. They both start talking to each other, and everyone says that their conversation was very strange from ordinary days. Here in the football ground, Casey, who was going back to his class after lunch, suddenly sees a strange insect in the ground. An insect that he picked up and brought it to his science teacher. He had never seen such an insect before. The science teacher puts it under the microscope, checks the insect and tells that such an insect is usually not found. Sometimes such parts have been seen in the kidneys of an octopus. But it was impossible for an octopus to be here. It was an insect of a new species that they did not know. The teacher was just looking at this species that suddenly in the mischief of the children, water falls on it. And as soon as the water falls, it trembles as if it is alive. The professor picks it up and puts it in an aquarium kept here. After putting it in the aquarium, all these people notice that this creature also had very fine tentacles. Professor, now as soon as you put your hand in the aquarium to catch this species, it replicates itself. That is, it had to make another creature like itself in the water. And this new creature bit the professor's hand with its fine teeth. The matter was not that it should be ignored. That's why students try to inform the university about this. The scenes from here again shift to the coach, where his team's leader, whose name is Stan, tells him that now he will not play football for his team. After hearing this, the coach should have gone crazy with anger, but the coach does not say anything from here. And Stan goes to take a shower from here, where he meets his teacher in the bathroom. She was in a very bad condition. She tells Stan that she is not even able to breathe. She was also sitting near the washroom. Stan yells at someone to call someone for help. And in the meantime, when he starts hugging the teacher to relax, there was a piece of his head in his hand with the teacher's hair. As soon as he saw this, he got scared. Before he could tell anyone about this, the teacher who attacked the principal at night, she forbids him to tell anyone about this. And she says that the teacher has cancer and she does not want to tell anyone about this. While talking to Stan, she was constantly looking outside, where the coach was standing right in the middle of the water sprinklers. After that, the coach and the teacher come to a room near the library. The coach was still busy drinking water, and the teacher took the water from his hand and dropped it on his face. Along with that, she was also talking to the coach that Bruma's entire faculty has been killed in this environment. We have to do something soon. Now the students will have to make their prey so that we can make our work easier. These people were unaware of the fact that two children standing in the library with him, Casey and his classmate Delilia, were also listening. Suddenly, the school nurse comes into this room. As soon as he sees her, the coach shape-shifts and turns himself into a strange creature and attacks the nurse. He had eaten her ear. The nurse's ear was bleeding. Casey and Delilia were both scared to see such a strange and scary scene. They made a noise in the library, which made the coach know about them. Before the coach catches them, they both push them away and run away from this room. On the way, the nurse also tries to catch Delilia, but Casey saves her. While running away, there was a principal in front of them, with whom these people try to ask for help, but the principal is just smiling. The principal is also with them. As soon as he saw, his entire group followed Casey and Delilia. And now, before these people get into any danger, Delilia and Casey immediately run away from the school. After that, in a little while, Casey comes back to the school with the police. He had told the police everything about how the coach attacked the nurse. But when he came to the police didn't find anything like that. And on the contrary, a case of accusing someone at school was made. The principal called his parents and told them to keep an eye on Casey. But Casey didn't lie. Delilia knew this. So Delilia was also scared that if she told anyone about this, her parents would also be called in the same way. At night, Casey's dad started hitting him a lot. He also turned off his internet and took his phone. In this way, Casey plans to go out through the window of his room. And while getting out of the window, he also falls down. He sees that all his school teachers were sitting here, and before his school teachers catch him, his dad comes here because of the sound of his falling. And when his dad comes, we see that suddenly all these teachers disappeared. In the morning, when Casey goes to school, he notices that all his teachers were drinking a lot of water. Everyone's behavior was also very strange. Even a teacher gives him such a strange assignment, about which he could not even think. He had to write the information of every living relative and give it to the teacher. Along with this, a camp was set up for ear checkup in the school. And many children were waiting in line to get their checkup done. When Casey's other classmate also tries to go to this camp, the principal closes the door. He found all this very strange. When he went a little further, he also noticed that children's lines were also attached to the water fountain to drink water. Because he was noticing all these things, they both sit down to talk. Casey tells him about all the incidents that happened in the last day. How a coach shifted his shape and attacked a nurse by turning himself into a strange creature. And after that, the nurse became completely normal. This girl makes fun of him by saying, "Hey, what are you saying, alien stories?" In response, Casey says, "It may be aliens." And after thinking about this, they both go back to their science lab, where they saw that creature for the first time. The creature that was kept in the aquarium was now missing. Delilia was also here, and they were all discussing this case. Casey tells him here, "I think these are all aliens." Because Delilia and Casey had also heard the coach's words. Now, standing outside, one and another girl also hears all his theories. Suddenly, one of them comes in, and his condition was getting worse. He tells them that an alien attacked him. They were all scared, but in fact, the coach was just pranking them by listening to their theory. In addition to them, Casey's theory was also heard by his science professor. They also come in and ask Casey for an explanation behind his theory of aliens. When they ask the professor about the alien creature that they had kept in the aquarium, the professor replies that he has sent the creature for university research. After hearing this, Zeke started going out of the room, but then the professor suddenly attacks him. Casey goes ahead to save him, but the professor had thrown him away by holding his neck. Everyone knew that the professor was now in danger of his life. That's why Zeke picks up a sword lying nearby and attacks the professor. In this attack, The professor's 4 fingers were cut, but the surprising thing is that his 4 fingers walk like an insect and attack these people. The professor now attacks Zeke, and Zeke sees that from where his fingers were cut, strange small tentacles were coming out of there. In addition, those small insects were also coming out of his mouth, which the insect had put in Casey's lab for the first time. To save himself, Zeke attacks the professor with his leg. Along with hitting the leg, Zeke had also stabbed his pencil in his eye. As soon as Zeke did this, the professor's fingers, which were now working like an insect, attacked Zeke. The professor also gets up and picks up Zeke and throws him on the aquarium. Due to so much effort, he himself was 1 step behind and collided with a bench. The professor had now fallen down. These people go to him and see that there is a white fluid coming out of him, which means that he is dead. And all this happened because of the pen attack in which he had filled chemical things in the pen. Without wasting time, these people understood that whatever creature it is, it can be killed with this pounded chemical thing. Here, the creature coming out of a professor's mouth is locked in a jar. This whole group comes out of the lab, and they notice that everyone was looking at them with strange eyes. The behavior of the children sitting in the class also changed a lot. As if they are angels. They now sit in Zeke's car and leave the school. As Zeke says radio on, there was no signal there. On the way, the police also come in front of them, but Zeke changes his way to avoid them. These people now go to Zeke's house where he had made his own lab. These people see that Zeke also has a gun. Casey now gives that creature to Zeke, which they had brought from the science lab. These people keep this creature in a rat cage, and then put water on this creature. As soon as they put water, this creature became so active that it became alive. A lot of tentacles came out of it. With the tentacles, he attacked the rat. He controlled it, and then it went inside his ear. That is, the rat was now infected with that creature. Zeke then kills the rat and dissects it, and sees that the creature was still inside the rat. Then he came up with a theory that these alien creatures do not stay alive. Rather, these alien creatures go into someone else's body and control it completely. After doing a little more research, Zeke also found out that they need more moisture to stay alive. But as soon as this creature gets a dry environment, it will die. Just like we gave chemical things to the professor, he got a dry environment and he died. The other companion standing here gives him an idea that if all these alien creatures are parasites, then they must also have an alien queen, with whom they will all be connected. And if we kill the queen, all the parasites will die on their own. All this was found out, but now the problem was what to do with them in the future. How do we kill them all? How do we know who is infected and who is not? Because the parasite is inside them. Now it could also be that their own group is infected. That's why Zeke says that they all have to inhale their chemical things. First of all, Casey did this. The second time it was Zeke's turn. Zeke refuses to take his own chemical things. They all thought he was infected. That's why Stan, who was a member of their group, had put his gun on him. So after Zeke and Zeke, Stan takes both the chemical things. After that, all the girls also take chemical things. And when it comes to Delilia, she had dropped the chemical thing bin. And here it is revealed that she was also infected. She pushes Stan lying next to her and drops him down. And to save his life, Casey picks up Zeke's gun. But he didn't have the courage to fire the gun. Then Casey's other classmate takes the gun and starts shooting at Delilia. But there was no effect of any attack on him. She had destroyed the entire lab here. After that, she also manages to escape from here. All these people run to kill her, but she takes a taxi and leaves here. These people knew that Delilia would definitely go to school. That's why Zeke takes all the chemical things he has with him and goes to school. There was an annual football match going on at school. That's why everyone was together there. They knew that these aliens would spread their parasites among the people here today. And then they will slowly take control of everyone. These people gather in the school gym. They had to find the queen somehow and kill her. Everyone thought that the queen must be in the principal. Because they have authority. They were just talking. That suddenly the principal comes to the gym room. Zeke panics and throws a volleyball net at him. These people start investigating whether he is infected or not. Someone gives him chemical things to smoke, which he refuses to smoke. And in anger, Zeke shoots him from behind. Because of his shooting, blood started coming out of the principal's head, which meant that he was a common man. And seeing this, everyone started regretting that they made such a big mistake and killed a common man. Now these people were thinking that suddenly, the principal stands up again, and a lot of tentacles start coming out of his mouth, which meant that he was now a creature. Seeing this, the director throws all his chemical things on the principal's head, from which he died. But now he also ran out of chemical things. Now they had to find out whether the aliens had completed their plan. That too, before all the audience returned home. And to find out about this, Stain decides to go out from here, where he sees that the entire football team is enjoying the rain outside, and a lot of tentacles are coming out of his mouth. These people all turned into creatures. They became aliens. After a while, Stain comes back to him. These people throw chemical things at him, so that he can easily prove that he is not infected. But here, Stain wastes all of his powder. These people understood that he was infected. But now the problem was that he ran out of powder. Z comes to him and says that we have to get out of here. We have to go to Kartik so that we can get more powder. But it was very difficult to reach Kartik. From the front, they see that the football team is also coming, which is completely infected. To escape from him, they both hide under a bus. But for a long time, they could not hide here. That's why he comes out of the bus, and comes in front of the footballers to catch him. When everyone wants to go behind him, Z goes from behind and goes to his car. Even after searching a lot in the car, he did not find his chemical thing pen. And in the meantime, his teacher came here. She tries to talk to him here. More than talking, she was trying to infect him. Because she herself has become an alien, Z sits in his car to escape from them. But now she is also in his car. To save you, he had an accident in this car. And during this accident, some chemical thing pens come out of his dashboard, which he takes out of the car. Thankfully, he did not get much hurt in this accident. But his teacher, his head was separated from the body. Now the teacher's head, in search of his body, leaves Z. Z saves his life. While on the other hand, we see that Casey got into a bus to save his life from these footballers, where he met with an alien. He had the same classmate, who was infected and ran away from him. All the footballers also try to break the bus windows, and try to get inside the bus. And Casey, while using his brain, manages to get out of the bus roof hatch. Now here in the gym, there were only 2 girls sitting, out of which a girl suddenly wants to change herself into a very big alien. Seeing him become an alien, the other girl got very scared. And this alien tells her that the parasite queen you were looking for here and there, that's me. Before she attacked this girl, Casey comes here. He runs away with his friend, while the alien jumps into the swimming pool to increase his strength. Now taking out his big tentacle, he also attacked the other girl. Before he was beaten, Casey jumps into the water and succeeds in saving the girl. Now this alien appears in his human form, in front of him. Zeke did not understand that. If this girl was infected and had become an alien, then how could she pass his chemical thing test? Then this girl tells him that he had opened the pen from below, due to which all the chemical things fell down, and he only did a drama of smoking chemical things. Hearing this, Zeke now tries to kill him with his chemical thing pen. But from behind, his other partner holds his hand. And they know that he has also become an alien. Before this girl attacks Zeke, Casey comes from behind, and takes the girl in black clothes back. And then for the first time, we see the tentacle coming out of his mouth. Casey had now locked him in a room, while on the other side, that queen alien was running away from here. Casey also runs away to catch him, but Zeke tells him first to get his chemical thing test done. In a hurry, Casey shows him the chemical thing, that he is not yet infected. Their mission was to kill that alien queen, whose shadows they were seeing, close to them. Here in the chemical thing test, Casey's powers had become very low. Zeke succeeds in escaping from here, but now the queen comes to Casey. To save him, Casey as soon as he goes to the back, the other alien takes out his tentacles, and catches Casey by the hair. To save himself, he had to get rid of himself in pain. While on the other side, that alien queen had now reached to Zeke. Before killing him, Casey tells him why he came to Earth. Actually, his planet was being destroyed. He needed a planet with a lot of moisture. Now, as we already know, that there is 95% water on Earth, so he found the best planet to live on. As soon as he says this, he attacks Zeke, which makes Zeke unconscious there. Now the alien's mood was on the other side. Taking advantage of this, Casey quickly goes to Zeke, and hides the chemical thing pen in his hand. He knew that now the alien would definitely come to attack him. That's why he was ready to attack the alien queen himself. But the alien queen transforms herself into a very big creature. At this time, the creature had a lot of tentacles. Due to these tentacles, she was picking up the cabbages here. In this way, it was difficult for Casey to escape. At this time, he shows his smartness, and quickly comes out of the gym, and presses the lever with which the gym was closed. Now this alien, who did not know this at all, as she moves forward, she gets stuck in these iron doors. But unfortunately, Casey still can't escape, and the alien comes out of the last door in the last second, and attacks her. Someone was in severe pain. Now tentacles were coming out of his mouth. But he doesn't give up, and even at this time, he stabs the alien queen's eye with the chemical thing pen in his hand. As soon as he did this, the alien queen was killed. The pain in his mouth was also gone, because the parasite that the alien queen had put in him died as soon as the alien queen died. Now Casey immediately goes and checks his other partner. The alien parasite present in him was also killed. It was also normal. That is, Zeke and Casey won this war after so much hard work. They saved the world from the aliens. The scene ends, and shows the scene after a month, where everything is normal in the school now. Zeke and Casey are considered national heroes, because they have saved the world from such a big problem. The story ends here, by showing their magazine. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this movie and what other movies or documentaries you want me to review next. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.